Hello, dear being. I am one of the angels watching over you right now. I come to you with a special message, and I ask you to listen with an open heart. It's essential that you welcome the truths that will be revealed, especially about those who are dear to you. In this period of change, the energies around you are changing. This is significant and therefore essential for your understanding. I'm here to guide you, so that you can perceive the nuances surrounding your relationships with the people around you. I sense that, recently, you have noticed changes in your interactions. These feelings are not mere happenstance. They are invitations for you to seek a deeper understanding of your reality. Through this reflection, you may discover important lessons that will help you move forward. I ask you to stay with me until the end of this message, because what I'm about to share can bring you clarity and light. I am one of the angels assigned to your protection and guidance, and I come to you today with a message that touches the depths of your being. I am here to guide you to a greater understanding of the feelings that surround you, especially in relation to the one who holds a special place in your heart. I want you to listen carefully, because there are truths that need to be revealed and embraced. Know that I have been observing your connection, the bonds that form and the emotions that hang in the air. You, dear, have desires and insecurities that are visible to me, and I know that you often feel vulnerable about this. It's natural for you to seek clarity, to yearn for a deeper understanding, and that's exactly what I'm here to provide. The loved one in question is facing their own internal struggles. Although it may not be obvious to you, these silent battles affect the dynamics of the relationship you share in profound ways. Behind the smiles or the restrained words, there is a world of challenges that this person carries, challenges that can create emotional barriers between you. These barriers are not permanent impediments, but obstacles that arise in the face of a heart that also wants to love. Like you, this person is plagued by fears and insecurities. Their love for you is strong, but their emotional burdens are also heavy. The contrast between love and fear can be confusing and painful. It's a state of tension that many face, and it's crucial that you understand that these difficulties are not your fault. These emotional issues that prevent the full expression of feelings go beyond you. Each of us carries a unique set of experiences and struggles. This doesn't mean that there is no love. On the contrary, love can be exactly what makes pain even more intense. It is a love that is torn between the desire to open up and the fear of being hurt. I urge you, therefore, to practice compassion. Instantly let go of any feelings of guilt that may be forming in your heart. Understanding that there is no guilt to be carried is fundamental so that you can free yourself from unnecessary weight. Everyone is dealing with their own challenges, and instead of looking for blame, look for understanding. Be open to talking to your loved one with an open heart. I encourage you to create a safe space where you can both express how you feel. Vulnerability is often the key that opens doors that were closed. When you share your most sincere thoughts, you allow the other person to do the same. This exchange can begin to eliminate the barriers that have been erected. With this gesture of love, you are actually bringing light into the darkest and most confusing areas of the relationship. True love is a transformative power. Even if pains and fears are present, surrendering love can create a space for healing. When we allow love to prevail, difficulties find a way to be overcome. Remember that the challenges you and your loved one face are opportunities for growth. They can, in fact, bring you closer together, as long as you are willing to face them together. Love is a journey that requires patience and understanding. It's a path made up of ups and downs, but each step is a building towards a deeper understanding. As your guardian angel, I am here to support your every move. Welcome your feelings and those of the other person. Choose to celebrate the small victories along the way. Don't underestimate the impact of a simple act of kindness, a loving gesture, or an understanding look. These moments can make all the difference. When love is nurtured with understanding and compassion, it has an incredible capacity to transform not only relationships, but also lives. It is through these genuine interactions that you can cultivate a space where you both feel accepted and valued. Allow yourself to feel the peace that comes from letting go of expectations. Instead of dwelling on the difficulties, focus on what unites you, love. I'm sure that, as you do this, you'll begin to notice how the barriers dissolve, giving way to a clearer understanding between you. As you continue your journey, know that I am here, by your side, always ready to offer guidance and unconditional love. My wish is that you find not only understanding, but also the strength you need to get through any emotional storm. Trust in the love that exists between you and allow it to guide you. When it comes to relationships, there is much more to be discovered in actions and silences than in the conversations you have. It is essential to observe what happens around you, as these signs can indicate deeper truths that are often hidden beneath the surface. Words have their value, but gestures and unspoken expressions often speak louder. When your loved one is silent or behaves differently, pay attention. These moments of silence can contain meanings that tell you what is really going on inside them. From these behaviors, you can deduce feelings that are not verbalized, and this can be an invitation for you to go deeper into understanding what is going on. Each action expresses a layer of what the person is feeling. A look, a touch, an absent smile, all these elements have the power to reveal stories that words alone cannot tell. Therefore, when interacting, try to be attentive to what is not said. Show understanding and openness, allowing communication to flow authentically and without pressure. Right now, there is a significant transformation about to take place in your loved one's life. This change is not just superficial. It springs from a deep desire for evolution and personal growth. Understand that this transformation may bring challenges, but it is also an opportunity for renewal. True transformation is often preceded by moments of discomfort and uncertainty, because it is through pain that people become stronger and more self-aware. Both have the chance to face truths that have often been avoided. This process of facing what is there can be challenging, however, it is necessary if you are to move forward. When both parties decide to look into the eyes of truth, the connection between you can deepen, and a new understanding can emerge. It's an invitation for you and your loved one to leave behind old patterns that no longer serve you and embrace the possibility of a new beginning. This phase of transformation is also an opportunity for healing in the relationship. Often, unhealed wounds create walls between people, blocking the flow of love and understanding. However, this moment presents the chance to heal these wounds, to transform pain into learning and growth. By facing the truths with courage, you can dismantle the obstacles that have hindered harmonious coexistence. Recognizing that healing is a process is crucial. It doesn't happen overnight, but when intentions are sincere, love can blossom again. So be willing to give and receive. Be open to dialogue and vulnerability. Through this authenticity, you can discover new dimensions of what it is to love and be loved. True healing requires patience and time. Remember that everyone has their own rhythm. Sometimes mutual understanding can take time to achieve, and this is perfectly natural. The important thing is to remain present in this process, offering support and love during each step. As you watch your loved one go through this transformation, also allow yourself to grow. Each of you is on a journey that connects in some way. What touches one life can reverberate in another. So do your part by cultivating a space of love and acceptance. Make it clear that you are by his side, even if life brings challenges. Understand that transformation is not a sign of weakness, but of courage. It's a demonstration that feelings don't have to be stifled. Encourage your loved one to express their feelings, to open up about their insecurities, and show that you are ready to listen without judgment. This act of love is powerful and can serve as a beacon during times of uncertainty. Just as the seasons change, relationships also go through cycles. Sometimes it's necessary to allow time to do its work. Give time for emotions to be processed and healing to take place. Be willing to accept that change can bring both new challenges and new joys. Finally, always remember that you are not alone in this experience. I am here with you, accompanying you every step of the way and offering love and light on your path. When you connect with love and compassion, not only for yourself but also for your loved one, you create a space for both of you to grow and flourish together. The challenges ahead can be transformed into extraordinary opportunities if they are approached with an open heart and a receptive mind. Love, when true, will always find a way, and I am here to guide you in finding that path with hope and faith. May the upcoming transformation be a blessing for both of you, leading to the healing you so desire. At this time, it is essential to recognize that true change, that which brings growth and transformation, requires patience. There is no rush when it comes to healing and connecting deeply. Patience is a virtue that becomes a powerful tool in this process, both for you and your loved one. At times, emotions can be intense and uncertainty can lead to impulsive reactions. However, it is essential to remember that you both have your own stories, your own struggles and your own ways of facing challenges. Therefore, offering a space of calm and empathy is vital. Openness shouldn't just flow from one side, both need to be willing to share and receive. This exchange is the basis for true transformation. As you move forward, it's natural to come across the path of truth. This stretch may not be easy. Facing truths and realities that were previously hidden can be uncomfortable. However, remember that this journey is necessary. It's a crucial step for both of you to grow, mature, and get to know each other in a way that previously seemed unattainable. This truth can be revealing, bringing to light elements that need to be dealt with. It is often these difficult moments that lay the foundations for a more robust and authentic love. Recognizing that growth sometimes comes through pain is an important aspect of this journey. There is no evolution without some level of discomfort. What may seem like a mountain to climb is actually an opportunity to grow stronger. As you look at these truths, be ready to take responsibility for what each of you brings to the relationship. This responsibility doesn't have to be heavy, but shared, so that you can both support each other and rise up. In the coming weeks and months, subtle changes are on the horizon. These transformations may not be drastic or immediate, but they are present and can lead to greater clarity in the connection between you. Sometimes it's in the little things that the biggest changes happen. A kind gesture, an attentive conversation, or a moment of mutual understanding can break down barriers that have built up over time. Take note of everyday interactions, as they often reveal what big statements cannot. Active listening, empathy, and a willingness to really understand what the other person is feeling are key. This is the fertile ground where love can grow. Patience will be your ally in this process. By waiting the right amount of time for changes to occur, you'll show that you believe in love's ability to renew itself. When challenges arise, and they will, it's natural to feel anxious or afraid of what might happen. Remember that growth often requires us to leave behind old habits and patterns of behavior. This can be uncomfortable, but it's a sign that something new is emerging. Instead of resisting, embrace these changes. When you allow yourself to leave your comfort zone, you create a space where love can truly flourish. It's important to cultivate hope. Believing that changes, even small ones, will lead to a richer and more meaningful life is essential. Every step taken towards a better understanding of each other, towards clearer and more genuine communication, is a step in the right direction. Trust that it will take you to a place of greater connection and deeper understanding. Sometimes this transformation can be slow and require adjustments on both sides. The most important thing is not to lose sight of the end goal, a relationship full of love and understanding. Any changes that occur should be seen as opportunities to reassess and renew the love between you. Each new day brings with it the possibility of a rebirth, a new way of being, and a new way of loving. So keep an open mind and a receptive heart. During conversations and exchanges, be ready to listen to what your loved one has to say, even if it can be difficult. Every word exchanged, every emotion shared, and every silence respected will contribute to a deeper understanding of what you really need and want from each other. This time of transition can be challenging, but remember that it is a path that can lead to a deeper connection. When you both dedicate yourselves to this truth, bonds grow stronger and love takes on new forms. In the midst of all this, clarity will become a constant presence. You will begin to see what really matters, what needs to be nurtured and what should be left behind. It is in this balance that you will find the ability to transform what seems confusing into a space of renewed love. Trust the signs that life brings you and be willing to follow this path, with faith in the future that lies ahead. I am by your side, guiding each step with light and love, so that you can see the beauty that emerges from the commitment to grow together. These times of uncertainty can bring discomfort, especially when you realize that your loved one seems distant. This feeling of detachment often appears at times of internal reassessment. It's normal, and often necessary, for people to take a break from their emotional connections in order to look more deeply into their lives. While you notice this distance, know that your loved one is engaging in introspective analysis. They are evaluating their feelings, past experiences, and often the future they want to build. This reevaluation is a process that may seem isolating, but it is essential for growth. What is happening is not a reflection of his worth or the quality of the relationship, but a search for personal truth. The journey he is on can be full of doubts and questions. Life is complex, and each of us, at some point, feels the need to disconnect a little in order to reassess our priorities. Emotions can be confusing, not just for him, but also for you. It's a time of reflection that can bring up issues he's been avoiding. That's why it's crucial for you to be patient while he navigates this personal space. During this process, know that there is universal guidance at work. We often share the path we're on, but there are times when life pushes us to face aspects we'd rather ignore. Your challenges, fears and unresolved issues may surface during this period. This is an invitation for them to seek a deeper understanding of themselves, and it is a space in which many answers can be found. This path is not linear, it often involves more questions than answers, and this can be disconcerting. It's important that you understand the impact that this phase of self-evaluation has on your relationship. Growth doesn't happen in isolation, it is often connected to mutual growth between two people. As your loved one changes, there is a dynamic change that also applies to you. When one develops, the other is naturally influenced. So, when you observe this personal reassessment, know that you may also be going through a process of introspection, whether you want to or not. Talk to your heart. Use this opportunity to also look at your own journey, your own feelings and concerns. Give yourself the space to reflect on what you want in your life and in your relationships. It's often easy to focus only on the other person's challenges and forget that growth also requires us, individually, to take the time to understand our role in this scenario. Remember that this phase doesn't have to be seen as a breakup. It is, in fact, a confirmation that love and the bonds that have been built can withstand these periods of reevaluation. What may seem like a distance may well turn into a new form of connection, once both sides are ready to communicate openly. It's also a good time to reflect on how you can support your loved one at this delicate time. Understanding and empathy are two pillars that will strengthen the bond between you. Instead of impulsive immediate reactions, try to internalize why you are worried. This will not only make you feel better, but will also give you a clearer picture of the situation. By nurturing a safe and loving space, you allow your loved one to feel comfortable sharing what they are going through without fear of being judged. Transformation is, in many ways, a matter of perspective. By confronting each other's truths with compassion, you can build a firm foundation that will sustain you through the difficulties that inevitably arise. It is essential to trust that you are both willing to grow and change. Everyone has their own time, and this time needs to be respected. While you await this evolution, keep your heart and mind open. Be present in your own life and look for moments that bring joy and fulfillment. This period of distance can offer not only a space to reevaluate each other, but also an opportunity for you to reconnect with yourself. Sometimes, even the most challenging moments bring out the most profound lessons. In the end, what emerges from this process can be a greater understanding of how each of you can work better together. Growing means much more than transforming individually. It's about how you can mutually add value to each other, allowing yourselves to flourish in a loving and understanding environment. As your loved one goes through this process of reflection, keep believing in the strength of the love that has been built up between you. This love will be able to not only endure, but thrive in the midst of change. Rest assured that each step towards truth and self-analysis will lead you to a deeper connection, to a clarity that could not be achieved without this time dedicated to yourself. I believe that true strength lies in understanding and accepting that human beings are, by nature, constantly evolving. So, as you face these moments of reassessment, hold fast to the idea that love is resilient and can indeed navigate storms. The light of truth is a powerful beacon, guiding you even when the paths are dark. By allowing yourselves to grow and face these truths, a new chapter will open, full of possibilities that will further strengthen your bond. You may encounter unexpected behaviors from your loved one, and often these behaviors can cause confusion and pain. In fact, changes in the way people behave are common, especially during phases of reevaluation and personal transformation. These changes can manifest themselves in various ways. Your loved one may seem more distant, or perhaps react to situations in ways you don't expect. It's vital to understand that these changes are not a reflection of who you are or what you've done. They may be natural responses to a period in which they are internalizing feelings, questioning old patterns, or dealing with uncertainty. What you are witnessing may be a reflection of an internal process he is going through. This is a phase in which he may be struggling to understand his true emotions. One of the biggest barriers he faces is the fear of vulnerability. Revealing what is inside your heart is an act that requires courage, and when someone is afraid of being rejected, they may opt for silence or more reserved interactions. The fear of opening their heart can cause them to withdraw, even if they don't intend to. Instead of getting closer, he may retreat, creating a facade that forms a wall between you. This is where your active participation comes in. Be present and offer your support in a genuine way. You can become a source of security for him. This involves animalizing about your experience and being willing to listen, even if the words may seem difficult to say. Create a space where they can feel safe to express what they feel without fear of being judged or misunderstood. This attentive presence can make all the difference, helping them to overcome this fear and open up more. As you observe these new behaviors, ask yourself, how can I respond to their needs and feelings? It is essential that you are attuned to what they may be going through. Try to perceive what is beyond words and try to understand the signals they may be giving off. Sometimes a small action, such as a gesture of affection, an understanding look, or a gentle question, can be just what they need to feel comfortable sharing what they've been holding back. Always keep in mind that everyone responds to their emotional struggles in a unique way. There are no quick fixes, and what works for one person may not work for another. Your willingness to be a constant support will have a positive impact on how they deal with their feelings. By being an active listener and a reliable partner, you not only help create a space of vulnerability, but also strengthen the connection between you. By practicing empathy, you can help your loved one navigate this delicate emotional terrain. The fear of vulnerability doesn't go away easily, it's a process. Therefore, it is essential that you are patient and understanding. Every small step they take towards opening up should be celebrated, as it represents progress. During this time, pay attention to subtle changes. Often the most important developments are not announced with a bang, but are revealed in small, courageous actions. Breaking the cycle of fear doesn't happen overnight, and along the way, there may be setbacks. Be prepared for these moments. Show that you are by his side, even when he is struggling with himself. Remember that creating a safe space is a mutual responsibility. Between what you want to have and what is practicable in reality, there will be a space where communication prevails. By encouraging open dialogue, you will be contributing to vulnerability becoming a natural part of the dynamic between you. This may take time, but the persistence in searching for the truth in other people's feelings will be worth it. Don't underestimate the impact of love and understanding. Sometimes what a person needs most is to know that someone sees and accepts them for who they are. When you both feel comfortable opening up, new dimensions of love and connection can be revealed. This mutual growth, which blossoms when barriers of fear are overcome, becomes a precious gift for both of you. Be patient with the changes you see. Each change can be a way for him to process and transform emotions that may be heavy or confusing. Instead of letting yourself get discouraged, be inspired to see these changes as part of a larger process that will lead to greater clarity and depth in the relationship. So stay firm on this path of love and support. The changes to come can be significant, reflecting not only his inner self, but also how your relationship develops. Even in moments of strangeness and confusion, the light of understanding can guide you through the uncertainty. Be prepared to welcome what comes, even if what you receive initially seems distant or resistant. Over time, and with you by its side, the essence that resides in it will find a way to shine through. It is this genuine connection that will ultimately become a powerful testimony to the power of love. Trust that, together, you can overcome adversity and develop a stronger bond based on authenticity and what each of you really is and feels. It is essential to recognize that for healing to take place effectively in any relationship, the truth must be brought to light. Secrets, however protected they may seem, often act as barriers that prevent love from flowing freely. By hiding them, you are not only keeping information, but also carrying a burden that can affect the relationship in ways that are often not immediately apparent. When you decide to open your heart and share what was hidden, this action can act as a healing balm. Dealing with unspoken issues releases the emotional weight that prevents love from expanding and flourishing. When secrets are revealed, the true potential for understanding and closeness opens up. The truth, although it can be confronting at first, is a vital step towards healing. Honest communication not only reveals what was hidden, but also strengthens bonds. So, by bringing these conversations to the surface, you are creating a space where love can be renewed, regardless of what has been hidden. This can be intimidating, but remember, the light of truth has the power to dispel darkness. By opening up, you are also giving your loved one the opportunity to do the same. However, you need to approach these revelations with empathy in your reactions. Your response to what is shared will be decisive for the future of the relationship. Every word, every facial expression and every gesture conveyed can have a profound impact, whether positive or negative. So prepare your heart and mind to receive what comes out with love and understanding. Show that you are willing to listen without judgment, ready to create a dialogue that is constructive. This empathy becomes crucial when vulnerability is revealed. By listening and welcoming the truths that emerge, you will put yourself in a supportive position, allowing your loved one to feel that they are not alone in their struggle. This empathetic connection can create a safe space in which you can both share without fear of adverse reactions. The transformation that can occur through truth requires courage. Both parties need to face their fears. The fear of being judged, rejected, or even misunderstood can make people hesitant to be honest. Recognizing these emotions and approaching them as part of the learning process is essential for the connection to deepen. By facing these anxieties together, you can discover a new level of intimacy and trust. Facing fear is a powerful act. When you decide not to allow fear to dominate your actions or feelings, you open the way for love to prevail. By choosing vulnerability, you offer a gift not only to yourself, but also to the person next to you. This choice transforms the relationship, as it creates a cycle of trust and love, where both feel safe to share their deepest thoughts and feelings. The changes that arise from this healing process can be significant. As you face your truths and fears, it is common for new insights and understandings to emerge. This can bring up emotions that have been held in for a long time, or perhaps reveal paths and possibilities that were not previously visible. So, by allowing yourself to experience these transformative moments, you are not only creating a new space for love, but also strengthening the basis of the relationship on a deeper level. Continuing this conversation in a respectful and loving way is vital. Take your time and remember that healing takes time. Everyone has their own time to process what has been revealed, and so it is natural that these feelings need a space to settle and develop. Be patient while you both adjust to the new dynamic that emerges when truths are shared. Mutual love and understanding can help shape this new territory you are exploring together. As you watch these patterns transform, remember that vulnerability is not a weakness, but an expression of strength. Your willingness to open up and confront difficult truths is ultimately what will solidify the building of a solid and authentic connection. This period may seem difficult, but it may well provide experiences that will enrich the relationship over time. The lessons you learn from each other along the way will only strengthen your union. With each barrier overcome, with each truth accepted, a new understanding will emerge, allowing love to develop in ways you may never have thought possible. Simple acts of affection, understanding, and support during these challenging phases will serve as the foundations on which the new relationship will be built. Although change can be uncomfortable and often overwhelming, it is an indispensable part of life. Without change, there is no progress. Without progress, there is no healing. Growth occurs when you decide to look at situations and challenges in a new light, allowing transformation to take hold in your being. Understanding that change is a constant is fundamental. Just as the seasons change, our lives also go through cycles of evolution. Sometimes these changes manifest in ways that can seem abrupt or even chaotic, but it is essential to see them as an opportunity for renewal. Each time you are faced with a new situation or challenge, you are invited to adapt, learn, and develop. This adaptation is not only a response to external circumstances, but also a reflection of how you feel internally. When your loved one is facing a period of change, it's important that you reflect on how this transformation also affects you. How do you feel about it? What are your own wishes and expectations in this context? Assessing these feelings is crucial, as they will shape the way you approach your loved one during these challenging times. The support you offer can be a pillar of strength, but first, you need to be in tune with your own needs. Being willing to support someone in their transformation can require a deep commitment. Ask yourself, am I ready to help you face the obstacles that arise? Am I willing to be a source of strength, even when things seem uncertain? This kind of reflexivity is vital so that you know what energy you are bringing to the relationship. Love isn't just about unconditional support. It often involves making sacrifices, adjusting your own expectations, and sometimes putting yourself on the back burner to ensure that the other person feels safe. This commitment should not only be seen as a responsibility, but also as an opportunity. By investing time and energy in this relationship, you are also nurturing your own growth. Each step offered to your loved one can turn into a rich lesson that can benefit both of you. What may initially seem like a burden can turn out to be a chance to strengthen the bonds that unite you, creating a space where vulnerability is accepted and truths can be shared without fear. Remember, support doesn't mean you have to have all the answers or solutions. Often, what is most important is not what you say, but how you present yourself. Being an active listener can be a powerful gift. Offering a welcoming shoulder, a safe space where they feel comfortable expressing their emotions and fears is essential. This will show that you see and respect the journey the other person is going through, which in itself is an act of love. When reflecting on your desire to support, also consider what barriers may exist for you. Is there a fear of not living up to expectations? Feelings of insecurity or doubt about what you can offer? Recognizing these feelings is an important step towards freeing yourself from them. Each of us has limits, and this is perfectly normal. Learning to identify and communicate them is part of being honest with both yourself and your loved one. The willingness to face change, both in oneself and in the other, will always be a testimony to the depth of love. This love is one that is willing to go beyond the surface, uncovering layers that often need to be touched for healing to take place. It is in this space of authenticity that you will find yourselves, always in search of a deeper and richer understanding of what it means to love and be loved. Sometimes change can bring up old wounds that need attention. Both your willingness to help and your openness to healing are also part of this process. You may find that your own growth occurs simultaneously with that of your loved one. This can lead to a redefinition of expectations in the relationship, making you both feel more connected and aligned in your realities. Supporting the other also means being transparent about your own battles, fears, and failures. This honesty makes room for a kind of connection that transcends superficiality. When both share not only triumphs but also struggles, the relationship becomes a space where there is no need to hide anything. Vulnerability becomes a bond, helping to build trust and reciprocity. So look at change as an ally rather than an adversary. Accept that it is a part not only of life, but of growth in your relationship. Ask yourself every day how you can contribute with love and empathy. What can you do to make this transformation more pleasant for the other person? What small attitudes can make a big difference? Difficult times are not the end, but interludes in a symphony that is still being composed. Each note, each pause, each change of tone are elements that, when put together, will create a melody that will echo for a long time. When you commit to being present, understanding and supportive along the way, you will plant seeds that can result in much more vibrant flowers in the spring of your relationship. Realize that by cultivating this willingness to help and commit, you will not only be improving your loved one's life, but also expanding your own capacity to love and connect. This reflection on your desires and willingness to stay by your loved one's side will determine the depth and richness of what can be. Keep in mind that every change brings new possibilities. By allowing your loved one to transform, you are making room for the relationship to reveal itself in a new way, full of opportunities for learning and mutual growth. So embrace the changes, reflect on your role and stay present. The evolution that unfolds as you support your loved one will be a powerful experience, full of love, understanding, and growth. Forgiving can often seem like a difficult task. It's understandable that there are fears and complex emotions surrounding this act. Sometimes the pain is intense, and you may be tempted to hold on to grudges or resentments, believing that this somehow protects your vulnerability. However, forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. On the contrary, it is an act of courage, a deliberate choice to let go of the ties that bind you to past wounds. When you forgive, you are actually freeing not only the other person, but above all yourself. This liberation brings with it a relief, a lightness that can open your heart to experiencing love and joy in a way that wasn't possible before. You'll realize that forgiveness doesn't erase what happened, on the contrary, it brings out the possibility of maturity and growth. Forgiveness is also a deeply collective act. In relationships, if a partner or friend carries the weight of past mistakes, this can create a barrier that prevents true understanding and connection. By forgiving, you are contributing to a healthier relationship. This action not only promotes healing within each other, but also strengthens the bond that unites both of you, allowing new ties of trust and respect to be formed. Divine support is always present throughout this process. When you place yourself in this space of transformation, you are not alone. The angels, like tenuous guides, are by your side, offering support, encouragement, and unconditional love. This assistance manifests itself in moments of clarity, when you feel inspired to open your heart, and also in moments of challenge, when pain and the past seem unbearable. Trust that there is a greater force at work in your life, even if you don't see it immediately. When emotions seem overwhelming and the road to forgiveness seems long and difficult, remember that this process is gradual. You don't have to force it, but rather allow things to unfold naturally. A gentle disposition towards forgiveness can start with small actions, such as accepting that not everything can be controlled. By letting go of expectations, you open yourself up to the flow of life, allowing new possibilities to appear. The angels encourage you to practice forgiveness not only in moments of great transgressions, but also in the small disagreements of everyday life. Each small act of forgiveness strengthens that beautiful capacity you have to love and connect. Note that by forgiving small offenses, you prepare yourself to deal with deeper hurts, creating a more solid healing path. Learning to forgive on a daily basis is a path of transformation that can bring lasting peace to your life. Sometimes you may feel trapped in a cycle of repeating mistakes, both your own and those of others. If this happens, bear in mind that forgiveness is also a learning process. Learning to forgive involves recognizing that everyone is human and that mistakes are part of the experience of living. By seeing the situation in this light, you can let go of the idea that you need to be perfect or that the other person should be. This releases a positive energy that promotes healing and emotional growth. Every time you decide to practice forgiveness, you are not only changing your perspective, but also influencing those around you. Being an example of love and compassion can inspire others to do the same. After all, forgiveness is contagious. When you forgive, you create a wave of change that can resonate in your community, bringing about transformations that go beyond the immediate relationship. It's like a domino effect that starts with a simple gesture of understanding. Keep this light of forgiveness burning, even when challenges arise. Trust that the angels will give you a little push, giving you the courage you need to move forward. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, invoke this force, allowing it to envelop your heart and mind. Don't hesitate to seek help when needed. Resources are available, and there is beauty in knowing when to ask for support. As you continue on this path of forgiveness and transformation, be aware that it will require not only effort, but also a genuine desire to free yourself from the ties that bind you to past hurts. When you commit to this truth, change will become a natural part of your life. And by opening up to the new, you can discover a deeper love, both for yourself and for others. Think of forgiveness as a gift you give, not only to those around you, but also to yourself. Recognize each step you take in this direction as a contribution to your personal growth. In this way, you will open up paths that once seemed closed, where new beginnings will become meaningful and enriching experiences. These new beginnings not only reflect a new understanding of what it means to forgive, but also how to walk with a lighter heart. Embrace the potential that forgiveness brings and allow it to play a central role in your life and relationships. With the presence of divine support around you, you can navigate these moments of transformation and resilience, knowing that every gesture of love and compassion has its value, and that through them, life can unfold in unexpected and wonderful ways. When each person in a relationship dedicates themselves to self-knowledge, the result is a transformation that benefits both. This creates a more harmonious atmosphere, where you can express your needs without fear of being misunderstood or rejected. As you become more aware of your own emotions, you also open up space for your loved one to do the same. This synergy is fuel that allows you to face the challenges that arise in a more constructive way. In a relationship, each person's personal growth can be essential in overcoming difficult times. Sometimes challenges can seem insurmountable, but when you are both willing to reflect and understand what is going on, a new perspective can emerge. Together, you can support each other on the journey of self-knowledge, learning from each other, and this exchange of experiences can further strengthen the bond between you. It's not just about finding solutions, but working together to create a safe space where you can each be authentic. Understanding that self-knowledge is an ongoing process allows you to develop with courage and patience. No one needs to feel pressured to have all the answers immediately. Each step taken in this process is significant. When we recognize that we are all constantly evolving, it reduces the pressure on us, allowing for a healthier and more genuine development. Now, consider the possibility that the revelation about your loved one and the challenges faced could be connected to karmic cycles. This idea suggests that patterns from the past, both in this life and in others, can organize the way experiences unfold. Sometimes you may notice that certain situations or emotions repeat themselves, and this may be part of a larger cycle that manifests between the two of you. Recognizing these patterns can offer a new understanding of your current difficulties. When you come across behaviors that seem to repeat themselves, ask yourself, is this something I've faced before? Is there a pattern here that needs to be broken or addressed? By bringing these questions to light, you can create the opportunity for transformations that not only benefit you as a couple, but are also a way of releasing burdens from the past that are no longer necessary. Karmic cycles can have a strong influence on your relationship. Often, what repeats itself is a reflection of lessons that still need to be learned. The good news is that recognizing these cycles is the first step towards breaking them. When you understand that certain challenges are not just obstacles, but learning opportunities, you can approach them with a new mindset. It's not about blaming the other person or yourself, but understanding that everyone has an important role to play in overcoming these challenges. In addition, when dealing with situations where one partner is facing deep emotional and spiritual burdens, it is essential to consider energetic protection in the relationship. Dense emotions can impact the couple's energy, and it is essential to find ways to maintain healthy protection. This doesn't mean ignoring or minimizing what the other person is feeling, but rather establishing boundaries that allow for a balance. One way to achieve this is through practices that promote energy harmonization. Moments of meditation, sincere sharing, or even a quiet space for everyone to process their emotions can be extremely beneficial. The aim is to ensure that, while one partner deals with their challenges, the other can also take care of themselves. Maintaining this energetic protection requires self-knowledge and open communication about what each person needs at that moment. Balancing individual energy is a shared responsibility. It's not about carrying the other's weight, but supporting them on their journey while you also remain connected to your own being. When you both strive to maintain positive energy in your lives, a field is created where love is strengthened and worries and fears dissipate. It is the synergy of love and understanding that turns every challenge into an opportunity for growth. By cultivating a space of mutual support, you allow vulnerability to become a powerful tool for healing. When you're both open to discussing your feelings and difficulties, it's possible to find creative and innovative solutions that can lighten the load you're each carrying. This dynamic creates an environment where both feel valued, respected, and, above all, loved. It is essential to incorporate this understanding not just as a theory, but as a daily practice. Everyone must be active in this process of energetic protection and self-knowledge. Being attentive to the needs of others is just as important as taking care of your own. Creating a space where the other person feels safe to express themselves without fear of being judged is a fundamental step. This is an act of love that can often lead to a deeper transformation in the relationship. Trust that the power of love and the search for self-knowledge are not just separate paths, but intertwine in wonderful ways. As each of you becomes more aware and freed from your burdens, the relationship blossoms into something that is truly beautiful and unique. And even though cycles come to play a role in your lives, what really matters is the intention to work together to bring light to what was once darkness. So, as you reflect on the impact of self-knowledge, the recognition of karmic cycles and the importance of energetic protection, remember that each of these elements is part of a larger ecosystem that demands care and attention. When used in harmony, they not only strengthen the relationship, but also promote deep personal growth, allowing both of you to blossom into a love that is true and lasting. If you feel that self-knowledge and forgiveness are inspiring positive changes in your life and in your relationships, I want to invite you to engage further in this journey of growth. Comment the word "lucky" below to attract good energy and luck on your path. Also, make sure you're already subscribed to the channel, like the video and share this message with those who can also benefit from it. Let's spread love and wisdom together. At the end, let's say a little prayer. May the light of self-knowledge illuminate our hearts and guide us towards healthier and more harmonious relationships. May forgiveness be the key that opens new doors in our lives. May we always find strength in unity and understanding, walking together in love and peace. Amen.